Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. Make sure to check in the description notes below the video where you will find links to all of my online shenanigans, including how to get my patterns to knit up for yourself, how to join the Watch Barbara Knit Facebook group, how to support me on Patreon, and where to get Watch Barbara Knit merchandise if you would like it. Happy February! It is the first video of February, and I actually prepared for this ahead of time. I ordered a magazine that I wanted to share with y'all because of various reasons. You know, February is Black History Month, and it's just, you know, that sort of thing. And there is, I don't know if you know, a indie knitting, crochet, like craft magazine that is specifically for it's called Radicle Threads, and let me read you specifically what their I guess you might want to call it mission statement. Their Radicle Threads magazine is an independently published print and online magazine with a main focus on crafting, food, creative writing, essays, and arts. Our goal is to create a space where Black, Brown, Indigenous, and melanated people's stories are told. We understand that the BBIMP community is not a monolith and want to share different experiences and voices. This magazine, this is the 4th issue of it, and it is very much I don't know if I want to say grassroots, but it's a very indie kind of publication. It is people who came together, and I think I would definitely say that it's like a direct result of conversations that happened a couple years ago regarding inclusion in the knitting and crafting communities. And it is a fantastic publication that I wanted to share with you, but also specifically the reason why I bought this is because my good friend Fatima Hines, who is an amazing knitwear designer, has a pattern actually and an article in here, and it's the first of 4, and we'll get into that. But not only that, last month, I was just, going through Instagram, and Fatima is actually selling, she's a stockist, and she's selling copies of Radicle Threads in her online shop, but specifically you can get autographed copies. So I was super excited. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I would like an autographed copy of this magazine. It would be awesome to get it autographed by all the designers, but Fatima offered this, and also the idea of buying the magazine from one of the designers in the magazine, I think, is a wonderful way to support both the magazine itself and the specific designer who I'm a huge fan of, which is Fatima Hines, because there's always this question of how can we support these independent business people in their activities. And as I think I made it clear, I bought this, okay? This is not a paid this is not a paid, no sponsorship. There's none of that there. Frankly, everybody's going to be surprised if they ever see it. Fatima will probably see it because she does follow me on Instagram. But I don't know if Radicle Threads will ever see this. They don't know I have this magazine. I just bought it because I wanted it. So I just wanted to make that clear. This is not a sponsor-y kind of thing. So this is the magazine. Look at that gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous sweater on the cover. And so this issue is actually the first of a series of 4 issues. It is the 4th issue they've published, and it is the air themed issue, and they're going to do the 4 air, fire, earth, water it would be my assumption. And so the contents, and we're going to go through this like I do normally with a book look. You can get this QR code that's on here. You can scan it with your camera and get graphs and charts for the patterns, so you can have those digitally. And so the contents, the subcategories are seed, leaves, seedling, and blossom, which is really interesting. And then the radical part of it. So seed, we've got an air plant mini hanging basket, a traveling earth scarf, macrame plant hanger, and the article by Fatima, which is Make Yourself Knitwear Designer, Part 1 of 4. And then under Radicle, we have air pollution and an interview with Access Travel. And then under leaves, we've got low maintenance air plants for beginners. I love that they did air plants, and I like this low maintenance air plants because if you would like to know, this is like which ones are easy to do. If you would like to know which ones are easy to kill, that's me. I have been on a air plant killing mission. Apparently my sister sent me some fancy ones. I don't do fancy well. The art of grafting, so that's planting. And then we have a meet the dyers section. And then blossom, we have food, something called mandazi, potato masala puri, gobi Manchurian, and strawberry cloud cake. So recipes, different crafts. We have a reading suggestion list, which sounds amazing. I'm always looking for. So this is the air plant mini basket. How cute are those? And it is a crochet pattern with instructional. And then the traveling earth scarf is another crochet pattern, I believe. Okay, let's see. Look how cool it's laid out. And let me tell you, the paper they used, you can hear it. This is a large size and it's nice, stiff. Like when I hold it up, it's really high quality paper. I really like that. Okay, the Crochet Traveling Earth Scarf 2023 brings together 12 designers who will design a section of the scarf to be released on the second Friday of each month, along with the 20. So this went through all of 2023, and here they're publishing it all, I guess, in 2024. And it's really cool. There's an itinerary, and there's a whole list of designers. That is amazing. So that is cool. We have a pattern for a macrame plant hanger. And for each thing, we get to meet the designer or the crafter involved. And I've never done macrame, but the pictures look like I could based on this. This is the Make Yourself Knitwear Designer. This is an article by Fatima that is, so it says, I started designing knitwear. I hear makers talk about aspiring to become designer, but they struggle to take the next step. This series is set up with the goal to move you from the aspiring to the doing stage. So, and she's specifically from the point of view of a knitwear designer. So that is really, if that is something that you have been contemplating, and I'm sure that it would apply to other craft-based businesses, this is really cool. So it's like what designing is not. Who is the designer? Look how happy she is. Her beautiful face. And all, now that she lives in Canada. So when I knew her, we both lived in Atlanta. Now that she lives in Canada, she can wear all of the knitwear, which is fantastic. So there's that article. And again, this is one of 4. Here is an article on air pollution, which is the radical portion of the program, which makes sense. The interview with Access Travel. Hi, my name is Geoffrey Geska, and I'm the founder of Access Travel. I'm a father of 2 wonderful daughters and a boy. Originally from Kenya, I migrated to the United States. And so Access Travel helps consumers break down the price of larger purchases into smaller, more affordable payments. Okay, so that's cool. So this is someone trying to make travel more accessible to different incomes. So that's really cool. Here's the low maintenance air plants, how to care for them. This is an article on grafting, and she's just, I have to show you her because her dog has a scarf on it. This is Vivian K, but her dog, look, he's got a scarf. Sucker. I am a sucker for those kind of pictures. So it's an article on grafting. And I believe she's talking about grafting fruit trees, apricots, and then she has recipes for said apricots. Then we're getting into the recipe section. Mandazi, which is Swahili, is a form of fried bread that originated in the Swahili coast. And so this is a recipe for that. Looks delicious. It's fried bread. I love all Indian food. So this is a potato masala and puri. But this, so I was looking through it, this gobi, which is cauliflower, Manchurian. So Atlanta has a really large Indian population, and there are areas that are fairly dense with Indian restaurant options and everything. And I remember the day that I learned, and it's, in retrospect, it makes total sense, okay? But it's just not something that had ever occurred to me. So Chinese food here in the United States is Americanized Chinese food, right? So there's Indo-Chinese food, which is Chinese food that's essentially been Indianized, that is more catering to the Indian taste. And I'm guessing it's northern India because that's the part that's closest to China. So just as American Chinese food has been shifted to account for the ingredients available and palates of Americans, there is Indo-Chinese food. And when I found this out, I was like, that makes total sense, as I just said. But also this Manchurian is delicious. Oh my goodness. One of the restaurants I used to go to had the little, they were like little fried vegetable balls in the Manchurian sauce. So I'm super excited to have this recipe for the Manchurian sauce. And also it has the how to fry the cauliflower and stuff, but I've had this Manchurian sauce on chicken, and I've had it on the little fried balls of something. So I'm so excited about this recipe. And then we have Ariel's strawberry cloud cake, which is a chiffon cake. I love that the color of this page spread. So we've got that one's kind of complicated. And now, finally, we are into the patterns. So what it is we have each pattern, and then also we have information on the designers. So we have this gorgeous shawl and a super cute hat. And then another, I think this is a crocheted. No, these are two different. So we've got a wrap, more of a stole, and this is definitely crocheted. Beautiful. And look at that gorgeous model. And then we have the North Wind pullover, which looks like a super comfy oversize, and I'm really digging the size of the model here. Makes me super happy to see all of that. And then we have the whole back section is, you know, the actual pattern. And then one thing I really liked is, so for each design, they have the name of the designer and also the name of the dyer. And then there's this whole section of Meet the Dyers, telling you who the dyers are. You get to see a picture, because this is another area. It's where do I find the information if I want to support the, let me get the BBIMP. If I want to support these small businesses, where do I find out who they are? And so here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different dyers for you to check out. We've got Black Smoke Fibers, Jadwu, no, that's Jadwu Designs. Oh, Audrey is no longer dying, so that one doesn't not work. And this is something that happens especially when you are trying to support independent dyers, is that if they can't make it, if we don't buy it, sometimes they can't make it. We've got Passion Knits Design. We have Filia Fiber Company. We have Bootig Teal. Oh, that's her last name, I think. I think it's Torch Knits. Teal Torch Knits. There we go. We have Three Fates Yarn, Urban Girl Yarns, Wobble Gobble Yarn. Now, Wobble Gobble Yarn, this is the only one that I'm familiar with, but I'm going to check out all of these other websites. And then we have Yarn Matter. So, and then terminology. So, this is Radicle Threads magazine, and I want to show you. And I'm so excited to have it. I'm going to put it on my shelf. Actually, I think I might make that Manchurian, but I'm going to do a veg version. Or you know what? I could do. You know what? If you deep fried cauliflower is delicious. So let's go to, so I'm going to go to this. So you can see something just fell on my desk. Sorry if that was noisy. So this is the Radicle Threads magazine. And what I did is, if you want to submit, they have open submission calls. And again, it's Black, Brown, Indigenous, and Melanated. It's so you can send all of that in. And you can advertise. Also, here you can get digital back issues. So here you can get 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, and 3 as the digital version. Wait a minute. Oh, let's see what we got. Articles. There we go. So there's a bunch of articles here you could read. And then we've whoever their illustrator is, absolutely love them. Now let's meet the community. So here's, again, if you are looking for new and interesting fiber artists, crafters. This is like a ceramicist. Here's a indie dyer. So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful resource. Definitely go visit them. I will link it in the description notes below. And then here we have Fatima's website, Disturbing the Fleece, still hands down my favorite knitting pun business name. And she has this brand new pattern that just came out. I don't know if it was, I think it was the very beginning of February. It's called In the Lab Coat. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And here's what she has to say about it. I love a pattern that has details to keep the knitting interesting. I also wanted to show off the gorgeous hand-dyed yarn of Spin Cycle and Magpie fibers. To do that, I included textures, color changes. It's raglan. It's got an open front cardigan, simple cables. She loves cables. She is amazing with cables. Sprinkle of eyelets, so it's not really lace, it's just eyelets. And then it has pockets. So it's got the V-neck. I just love it. I love this very wide garter. It almost gives it a waterfall cardigan type. And her size range is from 32 to 64, which is really, really impressive. And let's see what other pictures we've got of this. Look at that. Look how chonky that is. That is amazing. And look how cool that Spin Cycle is. So we've got, you can see the pockets. Oh, there's a close-up of the pocket. Yay, pockets! And look at this back. I love the back. Let me see if that's a close-up of the back with these great cables. She looks like she's having fun. Let's see if there's another. Here, oh, there's the full back. So that you can see the pockets, the full panel down the back, and everything. So, now, but also, and look at those February fitted mitts, cabley mitts, garter smidgen, a great garter pattern toque. But if I scroll down a little bit, and again, this is a great, just go and look at her fun stuff. Here you have where you can order the issue of Radicle Threads that I just showed you, and it will be, as in this very special listing, each copy is signed by Fatima. So There we go. So you yourself can get your very own signed copy of Radical Threads from Fatima, just like I did. I don't know if you can put like a note in here and tell her that you watch Barbara knit. But, and this is her pattern. This is another reason. So this is her pattern from the book. It's this gorgeous, large shawl. Look how pretty that is. Just amazing. Look, oh, that's a great shot. Look, all the garter and some lace. Just beautiful. So that is in the magazine. So, there we go. So that was my in-depth look into Radical Threads magazine. It is a great, I guess, for lack of a better word, crafting, multi-craftual journal that you can get a hold of. I know a lot of people have been lamenting the fact that we are losing a lot of our print magazines that are going to digital only, because it's very expensive to make a print magazine at this point, which is reflected in the price. But if you want something tactile that you can hold in your hand, and if you want to support these independent business people, then I want these kind of magazines to continue to exist. And the only way they're going to continue to exist is for us to buy them. So that is, look, it's even perfect bound. So amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or have any thoughts or anything you'd like to talk about in the comments, please do not hesitate. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. And as we saw last month, if it sparks off another discussion, it might end up in another video, like with the novelty yarn video. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.